class. My name is Isabella.
And my name is Shauna, and today we are going to be talking about the ancient Roman numerals.
Now, I'm sure you may be wondering, how is the Roman numeral system created? Well, I'm glad you asked. There are actually two popular theories regarding the creation of the Roman numerals. The first being that it was formed from the task of shepherds using tallying sticks to count their cattle. There would be notches cut within the sticks correlating with the number of units, a single being one cut resembling an I shape, every fifth being a double cut resembling a V shape, and every tenth being a cross, or an X shape.
The second being a relation to hand signals. In this scenario, it was believed that 1, 2, 3, and 4 resembled the single fingers held up, this being 1 through 4, and 5 would be created with the thumb out and fingers together, forming a V shape. The numbers 6 through 9 would then be represented with one hand creating the V shape and with the other hand forming additional single digits corresponding with their difference from 5. Finally, 10 was represented by forming an X shape with crossing both thumbs. Now that we went over the history of how the Roman numeral system was formed, let's go over the basic structures.
Let's start with the basic Roman numerals. You can see represented in this chart the Roman character and its correlating face value in the Hindu-Arabic numeral system. Here we see that I represents 1, V represents 5, X represents 10, L represents 50, C represents 100, D represents 500, and M represents 1000. And when working with the Roman numeral system, these will be the only symbols used.
Now we are going to look at the application of Roman numerals. These symbols can be paired with one another in order to represent larger numbers and values. In addition to this, rather than listing the single numeral representing 1 several times, the Romans chose to allow subtraction when a smaller numeral precedes a larger numeral. For example, 24 would be XXIV, translating to 10 plus 10 plus 5 minus 1. Another example is that 19 would be XIX, translating to 10 plus 10 minus 1. The properties that are included are addition and subtraction.
Now we will discuss the disadvantages and the advantages of the Roman numeral system. In regards to the disadvantages, the system produced great difficulty with the multiplication and division because there is no way to numerically express fractions. Along with this, there is an absence of the concept of zero, and ultimately, these two factors prevented the Romans from making advances in number theory and geometry. Now for the advantage. The system provides for simple addition and subtraction, and though these disadvantages seem to hinder the Romans in their success, it spurred them to create other mathematical means of operations that aided them to develop.
Okay, now that we have learned about the history of the system, the basics of the structure, and the disadvantages and advantages, let's do some problems using Roman numerals.
Caesar has 6 goats. This morning he went to the market and purchased 7 more goats. How many goats does Caesar now have? Make sure to answer in Roman numerals. You have 10 seconds to solve the problem. And here are the answers.
This morning, Augusta went to the orchard and picked 12 plums. In the afternoon, her brother Caesar ate 4 of Augusta's plums. How many plums does she have now? Make sure to answer in Roman numerals. You have 10 seconds to solve the problem. The answer is 8.
And that's it.
We hope you enjoyed learning about the Roman numeral system.